talk layering. That's an important thing with whitetail hunting. And over the last 35 years, I've developed a system that really works well for me. And it's something that can go from I've only got to walk 100 yards to get into my box blind to I've got to walk 5 miles in 20-degree weather to my public land spot to climb up and set my saddle up and get ready to hunt for an all-day sit. So I'm just going to break down every part of how I build my layering system. And the importance of layering is twofold. One, you want to be as scent free as you possibly can. And if you've got too much on when you're going to walk in, you're going to start sweating, and that's the kiss of death. And then the flip side of that is if you don't have enough gear with you and you get into your stand, you're going to start getting cold, the wind's going to start biting through you, and you're going to make excuses in your brain, and it's going to get you out of the stand, which especially in November, we want to be in the stand as much as we possibly can. So layering becomes very important. So I will start with, I guess, the easy part of layering, and that's if you've got a 100-yard walk and you're going to climb up into your box blind or your permanent stand. It's pretty simple. You put on your comfortable layers, a base layer, a mid-season pant, a base layer top, a mid-weight hoodie, and a vest, and then you pack your late season bibs and your late season jacket, and you walk your 100 yards, climb up into your box blind or your permanent stand, and then as things start to get cold or as your body starts to regulate to the cooler temperatures, then you can add your late season bibs, add your late season jacket. Pretty simple process. Where it gets difficult is when you've got to walk miles and miles or a mile or half a mile, and you have your system set up so that you're not going to sweat to death when you get to your stand and ruin your hunt. So I'm going to break through all the gear or break down all the gear that I use for that scenario. So it's 20 degrees, I've got a 3-mile walk, and I'm planning on an all-day sit. So the layers that I'm going to have when I get out of the truck, the first thing I'm going to have on is the ASIO early season hoodie. This thing really, really does a great job of regulating temperature as well as drying quickly if you do sweat. It's got a hood and a built-in face mask. So that's going to be the layer that I have on. Underneath, or for the bottoms, I will have a mid to early season base layer. That'll be on my bottoms. And then the other walk-in piece that I'll be using for the bottom is the ASIO midweight pant. Depending on wind, if it's super, super windy, I will also go with our mid-season core warmth vest, but I will probably be packing this, especially if I'm in hill type country and I do have a 3-mile walk. I will just have that early season hoodie on, and I'll have the hood up because it'll be a little bit chilly when I first get started. But as I'll start to walk, I'll start to warm up and I won't need the vest. So that's kind of a preference whether you want to have the vest on or not. More times than not, I will not have the vest. I will just have the hoodie and nothing else. So when I get to the stand, what do I do then? Well, 9 times out of 10, if I'm walking that far, I will have developed some perspiration and sweat. And so I want to get rid of my top layer. Once I get to the stand, I'm going to replace the sweated up early season hoodie with our late season base layer. This is a merino synthetic blend, but it's a very warm piece, and it can regulate temperature with this 3/4 zip that we have on it. So that will be my next to skin. Then I will put on the core warmth vest. That'll go on next. And then I will hang my stand and I'll get everything set, and I will pack the rest of this gear up into the tree with me because it's very easy to get on and layer. Those pieces will be as my temperature starts to regulate and I start to cool off. The next piece that will go on top of the late season base layer and the core warmth vest will be our puffy jacket. This is an awesome piece. It's got 80 grams of Primaloft insulation. It's dead quiet, an unbelievable insulating layer. And man, it's just cozy to have on and an incredible piece. So that'll go on over my core warmth vest. And then as I start to cool off from that, and especially if it's windy, this is kind of our workhorse jacket. This is our Sherpa jacket with our bow hunting collar. It does have a safety harness slip in the back, so you don't have to take your safety harness on. You can just run it right through that piece. I'll put on this windproof. It's 100% windproof, has a waterproof membrane, and really just a workhorse jacket. This is our most popular selling jacket. So that will go over that, and that will be everything that I'm going to have up top. This combined with that puffy jacket will absolutely keep you warm up into the upper teens. This is an incredible system to keep warmth in and keep the wind out. And then for my bottoms, I'm going to set this right over here. For the bottom, the last piece that I will have that is very easy to get on in a stand or in a box blind or wherever you are our Sherpa bibs. They've got full zips on the legs and a full zip on the chest, and it's a two-way zip, so it's very easy to get on over anything. And these are easy to get on over boots. You've got a two-way zip here from the bottom and the top. This piece is 100% windproof, and it has a waterproof membrane. So once you get all this on, it is very easy to regulate your temperature. And then in the afternoons, if it starts to warm up in the afternoons, it's very easy to undo stuff. You can open these vents, these side zips, let some heat out. You can take off the Sherpa jacket and just hunt with your puffy jacket on. But all of these pieces are in my system, and what I'm going to use, especially in that 20-degree range, which is what you're going to see in the Midwest for a lot of the rut or the later part of the rut. And the last thing I'm going to talk about is hands and how I run my glove system. So these are the 3 gloves that we offer at ASIO. This is our early season glove, and I built these purpose driven. This early season glove is really good to camouflage your hands early season. You can get the index finger and the thumb finger out so you can feel your release or type on your phone if you need to do that. But then they work great as a liner underneath these fingerless merino gloves, 100% merino. And you can wear these under or over these, and man, it works great. You still have tons of dexterity. You can feel everything, but that merino is an awesome insulating layer. And then lastly is our midweight shooter glove. Again, you can get your index finger and your thumb out of these gloves, 100% windproof. They've got Sherpa on the inside. And then if you run either the fingerless glove or the early season gloves under these, this can get you way into late season and you still have tons of dexterity. It's not this big bulky glove that you can't feel your bow or feel your release. So guys, that's my layering system. That's what I've developed over the last 30 years of bow hunting. It's worked really good for me. If you want to check these products out, you can click the link below, go to ASIO. Any feedback, we'd love to hear it. Thanks a lot, guys.